welcome to a new episode of One Man's Opinion. Today I am reviewing TheaterWorks Hartford's production of Sanctuary City, written by Martyna Majok, directed by Jacob G. Padron and Pedro Bermudez, running through April 25th at TheaterWorks Hartford at 233 Pearl Street in Hartford, Connecticut. Provide financial sanctuary to this channel and my podcast Yesterday's Matinee, which just released a new episode on Patreon, searching for Bobby Fischer, and a new episode on Spotify, Barefoot in the Park. For as little as $1 a month, you can help these shows meet expenses. Thank you to my current patrons and welcome to the new ones. A link will be in the description. When I first departed TheaterWorks Hartford after seeing Sanctuary City, I felt rather satisfied with the show. It has a dramatic, passionate story of a young man credited as just the letter B, played by Grant Kennedy Lewis, who is an undocumented immigrant living in Newark. His friend G, played by Sara Gutierrez, who starts the play as undocumented as well, but gets naturalized and later offers B the opportunity of citizenship by having the two of them get married, something that has serious repercussions if they get caught getting married for such purposes. But after some time reflecting on the play and doing my usual post-show chat with my plus one, my feelings about the play shifted some. Though I like and support Martyna Majok's message about the need for the U.S. to do something constructive about our undocumented friends and neighbors who live in the country, I felt there were a number of convenient plot holes that popped up throughout to get the story where it needed to go. The thing is, I think that the problem with Sanctuary City is that it is too short and could use a bit of beefing up to make the drama of the story feel more fluid and creates more context as to why some actions are never considered or adequately explained. This is something I'm going to have to pay more attention to, which is how many plays are suffering because of this idea that new works must be one act and not much longer than 90 minutes. It's becoming too much of the norm, I think. I'd rather have an engaging, fleshed-out, quality 2 to 3 hour play, which is what Sanctuary City could have been, than an adequate 90-minute play, which is what it is. This could have been a drama with the depth of character on the scale of a Tennessee Williams piece, but I feel it's shortchanged because of this trend for shorter plays. Sanctuary City opens in the aftermath of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Racism and immigrant paranoia is peaked, and B is concerned about the anti-immigrant rhetoric and how it'll affect him and his grandmother going forward. The play starts with a series of quick scenes, not much longer than 6 to 10 lines each. G, who is suffering from an abusive home life, regularly sneaks into B's bedroom to stay the night. This is a great sequence and showcases Gutierrez and Kennedy Lewis's acting, as the lines are almost always identical, showing the repeating nature of their lives of dealing with abuse and finding comfort in the only true friendship they have with each other. Each time they say the lines in this series of scenes, the two actors give a different inflection and a different action. It would make an interesting bit of work for acting teachers who want to give their students a new scene exercise. Where the play goes wrong is in the second half, where G returns from a 3.5-year absence where she has been away at college to find B in a relationship with Henry, played by Mishka Yarovoy. There appears to be weak points in the plot that are there for the plot to get to the conclusion that Majok wants it to get to. Like, how does G not catch on that B is gay? B doesn't directly tell her, but he definitely implies it to her more than a few times. Both B and G were very much committed to getting married before G goes off to school, and why not do it before she leaves? And maybe he go with her to Boston. If part of the intent is to convince the government that they really do love each other and want to marry, why don't they visit each other more while she is in college? Both give pretty weak excuses to all this, and it's really all so we can have a lengthy conflict at the end of the play between B, G, and Henry. It feels like this scene is really what is important, but it doesn't feel earned because the emotional buildup isn't there. We're given a sense of hope and possibility, and then we turn around and there's nothing but despondency that turns into a circular argument between the three characters as they all blame each other for their situation. It's all very frustrating to reflect upon, as the intention of the first half of the play does not meld with the actions of the second half. That being said, I think Padron and Bermudez did an excellent job directing Gutierrez, Kennedy Lewis, and Yarovoy. The performances are great, especially Gutierrez and Kennedy Lewis, as Gutierrez plays G's love for B close to the vest, and Kennedy Lewis gives B a layer of fear in all of his actions. One misstep and he'll be deported, and that thought permeates every choice he makes throughout the play. For design, the production mostly depends on Pedro Bermudez's projection and video design, which I like. The interior of B's home looks great with the projections, especially the focus on the window, which is a prominent element. I wonder if the footage from the first plane about to strike the World Trade Center may have been a little much. Is it effective? Yes. Is it necessary? Probably not. One thing I'm proud of as a Connecticut theatergoer is that I love the community and camaraderie that exists between many of the regional theaters. Jacob Padron is artistic director of Long Wharf Theater, and he's directing this show at TheaterWorks. Rob Gero, the artistic director of TheaterWorks Hartford, is directing Goodspeed Musicals' upcoming The Mystery of Edwin Drood. The willingness of these essentially competitors to work together and elevate theater throughout the state through collaboration, I think, is fantastic. Though yes, I felt that Sanctuary City has its flaws in the book, it's a good production. Good enough that if I hadn't stopped to do my job as a critic and recognize the flaws in the text, I would have probably missed these elements and really loved the piece, because the two directors and the three actors did such an excellent job with the material. On production merit alone, TheaterWorks Hartford has produced an excellent show and is worth seeing. I do wish, though, that the script was as fulfilling as the effort that was put in by the crew and the cast. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see Sanctuary City, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get tickets. Also in the description will be a link to my Patreon page. Don't forget to visit that as well. You can also support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be Ireton Playhouse's production of Everly, the music of the Everly Brothers. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.